This video will show you how to replace the master window and mirror switch on a Cadillac CTS. This will be mounted to your front door panel. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on the replacement of our switch. Now as far as this is concerned, we're going to have to remove the plastic panel that it's housed in. This plastic panel has 4 locking tabs. You're going to find that you have a tab up along the forward side and one along the rearward side. These have small metal locks on them. In the center, along each side, there's actually a plastic tab that protrudes outward towards the door panel, either underneath this area or under the other area. So we're going to have to contend with that as well. Let's start along the front. As far as dislodging this, to make my way in between where the metal tabs would be, I like to use a thin pocket screwdriver. I'm coming down straight, in at an angle, and then I'll gently start prying. Now you can see that this is starting to lift up. This is what I want to see. I want to make sure it stays like that, and of course I'm being aware of any pinch points. I'm just going to use a plastic trim tool. Now I'll make my way down along the side. Approximately halfway, this is where one of our locking tabs will be located. So I want to try to get underneath this area and gently pry that away as well. There's that tab. Let's continue on towards the rearward area. Once you have the center tab up, typically the forward side will not fall back down into place, but of course we do want to prevent that from happening. I'm just keeping my finger under here. We'll make our way back here next. Small pocket screwdriver, in, under, pry, and now we can start lifting this up. The 4th locking tab is just in here, but once you rock it out of position, typically it slides right up fairly easily. Now as you start looking underneath this panel, we can see the lower aspect of our switch and our electrical connector. We have to disconnect the electrical connector. You're going to find it has a locking tab. We'll squeeze that in and pull this out of place. Every time you disconnect an electrical connector, give it a quick inspection. If you see any corrosion, it has to be taken care of. This looks good, so I'm going to set the wiring aside. Now we can start removing the switch from the panel itself. As far as that's concerned, you're going to find that you have several tabs. Now we can see this rectangular notch makes its way all the way across. There's 3 of them on each side. That's where the tabs would be. So you know what to do here. We're just going to carefully use our small pocket screwdriver. I'm making my way in between, and now I'm going to press on the switch, carefully pressing it down. I just want to keep it in the unlocked position without causing any damage. As I continue on down the line, things should tend to get easier. Sometimes you can roll this out of place without making your way to the opposite side. Other times you will have to make your way over there, and it's going to be the same process. Just gently pry and then of course pull it out of position. Just want to make sure it doesn't settle back in. There it is, friend. Now, prior to installing any part, let's make sure we clean and inspect our mounting area. So we're looking at our trim panel. I'm just going to use a clean rag, no detergents. Just give it a quick wipe. Let's double check to make sure all the locking tab areas are in good usable order. This looks good, so let's continue on with our installation. When we go to install the master switch, we want to make sure we have it in the proper orientation. We'll align it. Once you have it aligned, press it in towards the panel and listen for an audible click from all 6 of the locking tabs, 3 along each side. Take hold of the switch and the panel. Make sure it does not fall out of place. We'll continue on with our electrical connector next. Now as for this electrical connector, if you were to look closely, you can see one side of the electrical connector has a larger area than the opposite side, and if you were looking at the switch, you can see exactly how this needs to align. Let's make sure that we align it so the locking tab's facing in the proper direction, and we're going to press it in. Audible click from that, and it is secured the way it needs to be. Let's get the entire panel in place. Now when we bring this switch panel into place, we're just resting it down into the proper positioning. Once you feel as though you have it in the proper position, press it down as far as possible. And along the center is where you might find that you have slight issues, so just carefully pull out on the panel as necessary and then press it in. Once it feels as though it's locked in, double check to make sure everything functions the way it should. To do that, I have the key in the on position, and let's just go ahead and test the window switches here. Perfect. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.